Well, thank you so much, Chris. It's really a good morning because we've just got the blessing of the rain, and as I speak now, we've just taken shade here at the Media Lab Plaza here because the rain is too much outside. I don't know how Kampala is, but people are struggling to find their way to the working places. But of course, the matter remains politics as we speak. We know, of course, many people across the country, those who are vying for parliamentary positions, have a lot in promise or on docket for their voters here. But I will speak, of course, Busiro South, which has been under the care of Charles Matovu, is now seeing more than 6 people coming through to vie for the same legislation seat in the country. But when you talk about Busiro South, you're just speaking about a place which is just very close to Kampala. I can say maybe about 37 kilometers southwest, close to Entebbe, which is the international gateway to the country. But this place has suffered a lot of challenges. First of all, I think it takes the lead in the land grabbing problem or challenges, but also many of the people surviving on the lake. And the voices that have been coming through from people is that from a legislation angle, they have not been supported, or their voices have been raised to the national house, which is parliament. And so for whoever is vying for this position has really a lot in docket. I am just joined by one of the contestants from the Democratic Party. This is Ndagire Lilian, to just paint for us a picture of some of the things that they think have really not been addressed by the people who have been in this legislative seat, and they think this should be their mandate. I want to thank you so much for joining me amidst this heavy rain here in Entebbe.
Thank you so much, Ivan, for having me. Good morning, dear viewers. Good morning, the people of Busiro South and Uganda generally. Ndagire Lilian Robbins is my name, aspiring member of parliament for the mighty constituency of Busiro South.
You are a legal scholar. For record may be set clear. You are a legal scholar. The challenges that have been raised by the people, I have partly been moving to some of these places here. What do you think is the mind behind those you think things that have not been addressed for the people of Busiro South, that you think if you're interested with the people's mandate, you will be able to legislate?
Thank you so much. First, I believe a member of parliament must, first of all, know the kind of people he or she intends to represent. I'll begin with this issue, the fact that it has rained. The town council of Kasanje has an issue of water. They lack the tap water. But I would think the fact that that area lacks water, tap water, the fact that it has rained now, we can try to find means of engaging in water harvesting. We can dig up pits, cover them very well, and then when it rains like this, we have water to keep, such that when the dry season comes through, we can be able to use the water that we did harvest.
Honorable, one of the challenges that we have had is that the politicians promising people things that do not fall in their mandate. Yes, someone is telling you I'm going to construct a road. Someone is telling you I'm going to build a hospital, which does not fall into their mandate. And that's one of the traps.
Yeah, I've always said this, that all leaders should do what they're supposed to do, because the positions that we vie for, like, they're provided in the law, and their mandate, the roles are all provided in the law. So it is very, very unfortunate if you want to be a member of parliament and you think of building roads. That is not right. As a member of parliament, you're supposed to speak. You're supposed to advocate for things that you think are not going right. For instance, if the issue is about the road, you need to reach out to whoever is responsible for that very road. Be it the UNRA, be it these local governments, you have to reach out to those who are supposed to construct those roads. It's not your role as a member of parliament to construct a road. Your role is to speak about that road. Your role is to reach out to whoever is supposed to do such a thing and ensure that that thing is spoken about. That is so misleading, and actually I condemn it if members of parliament aspiring for such positions are coming out to tell people that they're...
Okay, you're also going, if interested, you're going to legislate in a place where many people survive on the lake. I've had complaints from the fishing communities. One, I think Katavi has one of the big landing sites, which is Kasenyi, maybe if not that, Kiinda and the rest. And I think their voices have not been heard. What do you think needs to be done as far as how you're vying for this money?
That is true. The whole of Busi which is part of Busiro South, is also surrounded by the lake. That means the people around there survive on fishing and fishing-related activities. To begin with, the people who use the lake don't even have the life jackets. It is very absurd. One time I used that route that connects Kasanje to Busi. It's called Mabamba. But none of the people there had life jackets. I actually wrote to the ministry to at least provide that. The fishermen have had an issue of being arrested, that they're using fishing nets that are not within the law. But sometimes they're not even told what they're supposed to do. They're not taught. They need to first be taught that ABCD is wrong. If you use such a net, it is not supposed to be used. But then sometimes they just arrest them on the lake, which is a wrong thing. And I believe sensitization, teachings, and all that needs to be done such that people don't just fall into the trap, of those that are.
I can also tell you that Busiro South, which has also been grappling with the garbage problem, as we speak now, you people are relying on the Entebbe municipality dumping site, which is though in your place. And as part of advocating, you're supposed to be joined to become part of Entebbe and make, model city. But then if that's the case, in this case we also ask, what should be done if you're failing to manage your own or sustain your own challenges as a county?
A lot needs to be done in respect to the garbage issue. I believe that if we join hands, we need to find out, because it's not all garbage. What we call garbage can be used to make something useful out of it. So if we don't look at it as garbage, and then we find a way of recycling it and then making something good out of it, that's the way to go. Yeah.
And maybe in about a minute, my producer tells me about time, but the multi-party politics we are going through should people now, based on the party politics and leave alone maybe the credible, those where you think that affects in any way decision-making by the voters, in your own words?
People in political parties, I must say, we are not serious. A lot needs to be done. It's as if we are in political parties just for a show. Because if we're in a multi-party political system, yes. But then if we need to change, because I am against this government, if we need to really change this government, we must join hands. We must come together. For instance, if Busiro South, we see that all that are vying for that position are in opposition, let's talk and come up with one candidate. That is what needs to be done. Yes, but again, individual merits comes through. Sometimes political parties just send through people, and then you really like the whole political party sat and brought out such a person. So political parties need to do a lot. First of all, during candidate identification. Yeah.
Producer just said me about 20 seconds. What do you think people of Busiro South need from this serving government, in case it still remains, and the Busiro South people also still remain, you remain yourself? Maybe in 30 seconds, and you say your last words.
Okay, Busiro South needs people who can speak about their challenges. We've talked about the issue of fishermen. Recently, when the president was speaking during his manifesto launch, he talks about the fishing fund. We need to look out for it. Where is it? Is it there? The elderly, yesterday I was moving around, they said, for us, we don't even get the elderly fund that is being talked about. We need someone to look out for it, to speak about it. The roads that you're talking about, we need someone to identify the roads. The road going to Kasenyi, which is actually the main fishing, has not been tarmacked for years. And then someone needs to speak about it. Ndagira will speak about that.
Okay, your last words to the people. Just 15 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much, Ivan. I'm calling upon all the voters in Busiro South that come out in big numbers on the 15th day of January to vote for Ndagira, to vote for the voice of Busiro South, to vote for a woman who will speak against the challenges. Okay. Thank you so much.
I want to thank you once again for coming through amid this heavy rain to appear on this show.
Thank you so much, Ivan and NTV, for having me. Have a good day.
Lillian Ndagire is one of the contestants for Busiro South, just giving us insights of what she thinks needs to be done in as far as legislating for Busiro South, which currently still is under the hands of Charles Matovu. but also believe that in as far as we are going for this politics, the voters out there are able to identify the best candidates who they think will better represent them in the National House. And for time reasons and for Morning at TV, now you'll allow us take a very quick commercial break, and Morning at NTV will still continue from me here